Hello guys, here we are at Korea for a practice race with the AOR, and I'm in the McLaren for this race, and it's been a pretty interesting race so far. I've been trying to keep up with this guy ahead of me here, TRL Martin, and it was looking like a pretty good race for me, to be honest, challenging in the podium spots, but as you can see ahead there is quite a bit of traffic up ahead, and there's some kind of screen that has popped up in the bottom left there, because I mean, I had hoped to get through this traffic pretty quickly and keep up with Martin, but Kerry, you had some other ideas, didn't you?
Yes, I'm here to spoil the party. As you saw there, I got punted off at turn 1 very early on, so I was committed to a two-stop strategy, which you can pull off here at this circuit, and what you're about to see is what happens when two-stop and three-stop combine. I got mugged off here by Martin, he got by pretty quickly
around
here.
The outside, God, what are you doing, mate?
Yeah, he threw a dummy and I went deep, and I was just a sitting duck throughout that combination of corners there. But I'm still knowing that you're about there. I knew you were behind me, and I thought that, well, at this moment in time, I thought my tyres were very old. I'd pitted on lap 6, and my tyres were a good 7 or 8 laps old at this stage. So
look at me going past LC low.
Good move. That was a good move, actually.
Yeah.
But now it opens up the door now, and I'm fully exposed now to you coming. Look at the grip through this entire section of corners.
I'm flying, because we got to point out, obviously, like you said, I'm on a 3-stopper for this race, and you're on a 2-stopper, so you're trying to go long on this set of tyres, which currently doesn't have a lot of grip, even though I've just gone straight up on that corner for some reason.
Yeah, all I could do at this stage is hope that you make a few errors before we get into some serious action, because I'm not planning to pit until lap 20 or so, so I've still got to keep going on these tyres and just hang on for dear life, really.
Yeah, I don't know which lap you put them on, because they must be quite old now.
Yeah, like I say, they're about 8 or 9 laps old now at this stage, so...
Meanwhile, mine is like 2 laps old, so it's quite a difference there, so I should have a bit of an advantage, but obviously your final stop should theoretically come earlier than me, so later in the race you might pull some time back, but I obviously, for this to work for me, I need to get past you as quick as possible.
Yeah, that's right, and as you can see through the hairpin there, Fisi was a good 1.3 seconds slower, or 1.3 seconds behind me there, going across the start line, but look, he's right up behind me here, picked up a lot of time just in the hairpin.
In your gearbox.
Yeah, I mean, really struggling with traction, and at this moment in time all I can think of is trying to disrupt you as much as possible, really. I know that you're eventually going to get past somehow, but how long can we keep you behind? And that's where this battle kind of comes from. I defend pretty robustly against Fisi throughout this entire battle, just trying to hang on, just trying to, and if I stay relatively close to him going to my pit stop, then I know I've got a great shot of staying with him towards the end of the race as well. So this is a crucial phase in the race for me.
Definitely. And at this point, I was just thinking about trying to get you around as quick as possible, because I was quite frustrated, having been able to keep up with Martin for quite a while earlier in the race, and you can see me there just trying to get around you any way possible. Not trying to go around you, coming through here, but I just had a little bit of a twitch, and you just closed the door once again, which just make me more frustrated now. But at least there's some DRS zones on this track, and here's the first of them, and I've just taking the opportunity there to go up the inside, but was that a good move, I wonder?
Yeah, I initially went to defend the inside line there going into turn 1, but then thought, hang on, there's a DRS zone here. Yeah. So I opened it up and you gratefully took position, but as you can see, DRS
it wasn't probably the best idea, because you just gone straight back past the next race with the DRS again.
Immediately made my one defensive move as I got past there, just to cover the inside and try and make life difficult. He gets a great undercut.
Then I've got to try to get a good cutback, and try to get better exit. And I did get a better exit, because I had a little bit of curse left as well. But still, you got the inside line, and I can't just quite pull my car ahead, and you just parked on the apex to try and stay ahead there.
It's so unbelievably tough to try and
break the outside.
That's a good move. At the end of the day, that's, you know, you're through there, and I thought there's nothing I could do there. It's very tricky to get your braking right, especially on worn tyres and in the hairpin zones as well.
It is.
You brake too late, those tyres will lock up and you'll go straight into the marbles, which were hanging around the outside of that hairpin. So very, very difficult to get it right, and I think that was a well executed move from yourself there. Nothing I can do about that.
Yeah. You still try to weave a bit behind me to try to put me off a bit, I can see there in the mirrors, but
yeah, like I say, it was all about distraction in this part of the race. I really wanted to see if I could throw you off.
Yeah.
And yeah, the more you pulled away here, the more unlikely it was going to be for me to even
So this
get
point,
in a fight with you.
this point, Martin is a bit out of reach for me because it's pulled out quite a bit of a gap in the midst of me just trying to get through the traffic here.
Yeah, that's right.
So essentially, it's a battle between. Well, it's a battle for third because the two TRL guys have just run away with the first two positions. But I really wanted the podium, and I'm pretty sure you did as well. But as you can see, there's even more traffic for me. Got the undercut on Erty, so I've gotten past him pretty quickly, I thought. But then again, it's the same as last time with the DRS on this straight, because Erty, obviously with DRS behind me, and just gone straight back off the inside. I could have probably defended a bit harder there, but I thought I'd still be able to get around the outside in this corner, but then I ran wide onto the marbles, and here you come again.
That's all I could do. That was opportunistic driving at its best there, I think. Erty on a two-stop strategy to me as well, so we're effectively racing him as well for position.
Yeah.
Trying to get a nice undercut
inside there.
Yeah, I gave you
side by side through this. Oh god, almost touching wheels.
I think if you saw my view there as I was going around the outside of you there, my wheels kind of screeched. I think I effectively drifted around the outside of you there, just trying to keep it in. I really wanted that position, and also I knew that we were both past 30 now. There was no distractions ahead. If you got past, that was it. There was nothing I could do. So, like I say, opportunistic driving to fit through the middle of both 30 and yourself.
Was very opportunistic indeed, because now it's the same situation as 2 laps ago. Me just trying to somehow get around in this third sector once again. And obviously this is not a sector where you have any good overtaking spots. As I've just been put off a bit by the curb, gone straight over it and lost a little bit of time. So
the biggest problem with these, we were running very similar setups in this race, and I think they're generally not particularly friendly in dirty air. So this middle and final sector very difficult to keep up with other cars. But yeah, of course, the tyres are starting to cry enough now towards the end of this stage. We're on lap 18. I've got to eke out at least another 2 or 3 laps, and as you can see, look how much you kind of just closed up in acceleration there. And
now I should have DRS again. Don't know why you haven't defended the inside there, but I'll take it. Go off the inside towards the hairpin. Maybe you'll try a bit of a cutback there, but certainly defending into that corner.
There was nothing I could really do except I tried to hold my curves a little bit actually. I kind of stopped using it down the straight, and I had a bit more to use down this bit, as you can see. Had a bit of a run.
Yeah, you got a great run there actually, but I've defended again. So because I just can't afford have you get back past for the 3rd time. That would be just detrimental for my race.
Yeah, I had to straighten the wheel there as I went through the hairpin, because the rear tyres were starting to give up and traction was pretty much crumbling. As you can see, Maisie is now in 5th place above, so Erty's managed to dive into the pit lane and press that tyre. Yeah, those curbs are not very nice at Korea, but as I say, Maisie's now. I've got to keep my eye behind over my shoulder rather, because Maisie's not too far behind, only 5 seconds, but that gap will quickly crumble, and he's got a significant tyre advantage.
Yeah, exactly. Was he on his 3-stopper as well, actually?
Yes, I think he was. Yeah, I think everyone around me was 3-stopping apart from me and Erty, and I think Erty went in quite early and took on a set of prime tyres, whereas my intention was to get onto the option tyre and see how fast I could go and in that final part of the race, really. So.
As you can see at this point of the race, I'm starting to pull away now, because now it's just finally I've gotten clear air, I got Kerry out of the way, you're over a second behind us, so you should be out of DRS range as well. So for me it's just about now getting my head down and try to gain as much time as possible with the tyre advantage, until, of course, now that you have already pitted, because now skipping on to lap 22 and you have your option tyres on. So,
yeah, as you can see, Erty's on the prime tyre here, so there's a significant difference between the compounds on this circuit.
Just to point out, I'm going into the pit lane now at the same time in the bottom left, as you can see. So it's going to be a fight. I don't know who's going to get out ahead.
I think Erty went on the outside curb there, and the game automatically slowed him down there. I don't know if he wanted to give that position away that easily, to be honest. But
now I'm just looking at the minimap to see where you are, and I'm seeing you come down the straight, and there we go. Oh, but you have the inside, and now those marbles on my tires.
Like I said, I did go in on lap 20, so I had about 2 laps of fresh option tyres under my belt there, and it paid off a lot, because you were a good few seconds clear when I pitted, and as you can see, I'm clearly ahead now, and Fisi having a focus now on getting past 30 once again.
Yeah, I'm under pressure from both Maisie and Erty there behind. You can see both the arrows, and Maisie actually got past Erty, and now pressuring me. I don't know if he will try to get past me. Oh, actually, yeah, he's closing on me on this straight, so I have to go defensive. This is not... Oh, he's gone... Trying to go around outside as well, but I have managed to hold on by getting the apex nicely and keeping him behind. So still, even third, I mean fourth at the moment. So now it's a straight, because we have both made all our pit stops now, so it's a straight fight for the podium until the end.
Yeah, so now this is definitely for track position now. All the strategy is out of the way. Fisi's got tyres that are maybe 2 laps younger than mine, yeah. So this kind of plays a key role now towards the end of the race. As you can see, lap 26 now.
3
tyres
laps
are starting to crumble a little bit. Yeah, we were quite matched for the past couple of laps until this point when the tyres started to go.
Obviously, we've been on different strategies, but we've been very matched on pace all through the race when on similar tyres, and even qualifying, we had like 200 separating the times, and there you have made a bit of a mistake, Kerry.
Yeah, I think it kind of balances that mistake because you were so slow getting around that corner.
I had to back off a bit from avoiding hitting you in the side pod there.
As you can see, there's been absolutely no contact so far. We've got a good history, good racing relationship really, and it does make a huge difference when you have trust in someone on the racetrack. As you can see, I got punted off at the very start of the race, and these are drivers that I don't usually race with, so obviously you're very tentative going into turn 1, and it does make a difference knowing that you're racing someone side by side who you race with for a number of years now, and you know exactly what movements they're going to make. So this was a fun fight, and as you can see, 2.5 laps to go still. Can I hang on with worn tyres?
Yeah, that's a big question, but you got to say you've had a great race. Obviously you were punted down quite a few positions at the start, and you just fought your way back through, haven't you, with the alternate strategy as well. Made that work for you.
Yeah, as you can see, a huge understeer through that third sector, and that allowed Fisi to close right up. And
now we got the DRS again, and I'm gonna just go and make the same stupid move that I made earlier on. Go off the inside air.
I played the same trick twice there. There's no need to defend into turn 1 there. We've seen it. You've seen it in this video, and I've seen it in the real race where Hulkenberg done the same move to Hamilton all race long.
Yeah. Oh, Hulkenberg was frustrating quite a few people. Just like you frustrated me here, isn't it?
Yeah, by this stage, Martin's 20 seconds up the road, so this is probably a textbook example of how to defend when you're on a 2-stop strategy and there's faster cars around you. I've severely compromised Fisi's race, but in effect, it's given me a great shot on of getting onto the podium. So, just hanging on, just got to keep the line all nice and tight. That is the biggest challenge when you go on a strategy where your tyres, you're going to have to spend an excessive amount of time on worn tyres. You've just got to keep it on the island. You've just got to stay completely focused. You know the lap times are going to start dropping anyway. You've just got to react to the grip that you got rather than the lap times that you're setting. So.
Completely different driving styles as well in it, from a 3-stop compared to a 2-stop, because on a 2-stop you got to be a bit more careful, just accept that you're going to be slower, whereas on a 3-stop you can push quite a bit more because you have that extra set of tires to wear out, and therefore you will have quicker lap times, but of course you'll lose time again compared to the 2-stopper by doing that extra stop. So, but now coming onto the first straight or the final lap. And this is where I really need, because I'll have DRS now, so I really need to make a move out quickly in order to get ahead of you, to be honest, because I don't want to be behind you going through that third sector on the final lap.
Oh, here we go then. You were caught up nicely in up to turn 1 there.
And this time, crucially, I did not pass you into turn 1.
No, that's right, and this was where I thought I'd been snookered. I gave Fisi the inside line here, trying to see if I can maybe get an undercut here. My rear tyres were kind of dead, so I wanted the best exit possible, so that's why I chose the racing line.
That's why you saved a bit of curse as well, haven't you? So you have saved curse, now you have curse and slipstream, and you have got the inside line. Oh, there! Almost moved over you on it.
I didn't know what you were doing there, but yeah.
But then you've gone a bit wide. Oh, done the cutback.
Yeah, I went in too hot there, and then got on the marbles as well. The marbles on lap 28 are at their most extreme, so you really have to make sure you stay on the racing line a lot of the time, and there was nothing I could do there. There was only one chance. I realised I'd made a bit of an error, just kind of giving you the opportunity to pass through DRS, so that was my only way to fight back, and as you can see, the grip just
almost worked. It almost worked, but I just had you covered when you lost that grip in the corner. And now I'm in the position I want to be in, obviously. Being ahead through this third sector, especially on fresher tires and with you having the dirty air. And now I should be in a position to go and get the third place.
Yeah, that was the entire second half of the race there, focused on this battle between us two, and ultimately won by Fisi in the end. But there wasn't much of a gap, to be honest. 1.3 in the end there, but it was much closer than that throughout most of the race, really.
It was a great fight, wasn't it? It was only a practice race, of course, this. So, I mean, the result doesn't count for much, but it was a lot of fun.
There was pride. There was pride at stake.
Exactly. Pride, of course. Us two, we just advertise this a bit as well. We have, of course, if you haven't seen it, guys, we have a co-op championship running with the two of us as well. So if you want to see more racing with the two of us, you can check that out. We have 2 races uploaded already, and I'm sure we'll get the rest of the season out of the way in the next few months. So
yeah, I'm very, very happy doing the co-op series at the moment. It's just due to time constraints, it's very difficult to get a regular schedule going. So we're just gonna upload them on the fly, and yeah, just keep your eyes on the subscription bar and make sure you subscribe to both of us. Yeah,
yeah, go and subscribe to Kerry. Actually, Kerry has also got this entire practice race, well, not entire, but your view of the race on your channel as well. So if you want to check that out, you can go and do that. But I guess there's not much more to say. It was a great battle, and I thank you for that.
Thank you for being so clean. It's not often you get a great fight like that, and I did thoroughly enjoy it.
It's what we're racing in the AOR for to experience in it, really.
Yep.
So yeah, I will bid everyone watching farewell, and thanks a lot for joining me, Kerry.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was a pleasure. Thanks for watching, guys.
And we'll see you guys later for some more clean racing action. Goodbye.